Alright, welcome back to New Zero Land, where electric motorcycles don't need tanks. So whenever I take my Zero to electric car meets, people always ask why the tank is there. Does it hold fuel? Is it a hybrid? Can you run the bike on gas when your battery's dead? No. One person even asked, why did they have to make it look like a gas bike? Design-wise, it makes a lot of sense to have a tank on a Zero because you could have a storage bag, you can put an extra battery in here, or you can put the charge tank with the charge port on top. It's all about maximizing usable space on the bike, and you also have a place to put your knees. And if you make something too futuristic that looks like a mech robot, people won't think it's a motorcycle, so they won't buy it. Right now everybody's losing their minds about Curtis because they made something totally unconventional, doesn't look like a normal motorcycle at all. And yeah, I'm not really into the style, but I like that they did something different. And most importantly, everybody looks at it and they know that it's electric. When I was using the Triumph Daytona tank, it really looked like a gas bike, so I cut a big hole in it, put a fan on top, but then everybody just thought it was an airbox, like on a Buell. So let's go back to when I had the Daytona tank. I already decided that I was going to move the chargers down under the battery because I ordered one of those cool DigiNow belly pans. So right now I have a charger cover that's not covering any chargers. So what's the point? What's the point?
What's the point? Yeah!
So I got rid of that thing. But I still needed something so that when I entered a turn I could squeeze my knees against and hang off of. So I started thinking about this idea of these floating wing fin things, kind of like this. So I did a whole bunch of sketches, went into the computer and did some 3D modeling, eventually built a whole bunch of crazy stuff out of cardboard and tried clay, expanding foam, some fiberglass, but I really needed something strong. So I decided on some aluminium wing pieces. So I went to the metal shop. Cue montage. Oh yeah, before we get too far, the metal shop guy let me ride his custom electric scooter, which had so much power that he had to weld on a wheelie bar.
That just goes down to an on-off switch.
Okay, wow.
So, and you can't really lean when you turn.
Alright.
You'll find it out.
Yeah, that thing was terrifying. This guy is a mad scientist with no fear. Alright, back to the montage. Alright, let's get this thing mounted. I'm using these two bolts that hold the subframe brace, so these are pretty beefy. And then these two extra ones from the dog box, just to stabilize the outside of these. But then I have all these cables back here and this little ground strap, they're all exposed to the elements. So I cut up an old windscreen and made these little shields. I don't really know if they make any difference, but it looks cool, so, you know, it works. And on the side, since you have all these connectors, which are definitely not waterproof, I have another piece of windscreen. Just makes this little cover like that so that you can still see all the crazy high voltage wires. So it's definitely an electric motorcycle, but they're still covered from the rain. I'm sure this style isn't for everyone, but I figured if you don't need a gas tank, it doesn't have to look like a gas tank. You can be creative and make something unique. And if you don't need a gas tank, then what's the bare minimum that you need for it to be a motorcycle? Just some metal knee wing things. So now the seat's all bolted down and stable. These are super strong. Like, I'm shaking the bike right now. And this is just a start. So now that I have all the ergonomics and stuff right for where to put my knees and stuff, I need to build an arch. Something that like connects kind of in the crotch area that goes up and then over like this and then bolts down to these up front. And then up here, this will just be like storage space. So I can put luggage there, like a bag for road trips. So yeah, I should have more crazy videos soon of the transformation of the Zero. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.